Hi, my name is Antonio Arroyo, and I'm on a mission to provide the world's best free resource for how any business owner in any industry can grow their business without getting a loan. And today, I'll be sharing with you something you could do to get more sales. Now, this idea comes from a man known as Jay Abraham, who is a marketing genius. He's transformed over 10,000 businesses, and he has truly changed the game of marketing. He's known as the $21 billion man, and if you haven't bought anything from him or studied him or at least looked into what he does, I highly suggest you doing that because this man is really remarkable. But what I'm talking about today is to get more sales, something you could do is take off as much risk as possible off your customers when they're making a purchasing decision. Now, I say this because realize in any transaction, one side is always asking the other to assume some, more, or all of the risk. And it's the same thing in business. When you're selling to a client, you're most likely asking them to take a risk. Now, what is that risk? It could depend. The typical risk is, hey, give me money and I'll provide you X, whether that's a product or service. That's usually the risk. And the risk the consumer's experiencing is, hey, what happened if that product or service doesn't offer me what I was hoping for? That's the risk the average customer is experiencing. But like I said, it can vary depending on what you're selling. But point is, by taking off all of the risk or some of the risk your clients experience when they're buying your product or service, you're making your product or service easier to buy. Because when your clients know there's no risk involved, or at least less risk involved, it's easier for them to make a purchasing decision. Now, this is known as something called a risk reversal. And this is more than just a 30-day money-back guarantee. Let's be honest with ourselves. A 30-day money-back guarantee doesn't really mean much. Everybody has that. And that's basically what consumers expect nowadays. If somebody buys something from you, they expect to get their money back if they're unsatisfied. That's kind of just the minimum of what's expected. So a risk reversal is something, better than just a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, there are a ton of different risk reversals, and I could go into detail of, different types and, how to structure them and, how to test them and all this type of stuff. But a good place to start is just ask yourself, what can you do to eliminate some, if not all, of the risk your prospects experience when buying your product or service? So just look at your product or service that you sell and think about it. If you put yourself in your consumer's shoes, when buying, what risk are they experiencing? What risk or risks are they experiencing that may be holding them back from, pulling the trigger and purchasing? Once you are able to identify those risks involved, you could then come up with the risk reversals to eliminate that risk and help your prospects pull the trigger and purchase from you. So yeah, that's the lesson today. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, feedback, suggestions, please feel free to reach out to me at faq@antonioarroyo.com or 510-556-3775. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.